Hello everyone, Satorn here with another Vicky Quickie, this time on migration laws and the best way to use them. Let's get into it. Before we talk about migration laws, we need to talk about migrating or migration. I see a lot of confusion out there, so I want to make sure that we're all talking the same thing. So migration is the movement of POPs between states in the same market. So if you're the market leader, then that's much better, right? It's all within the states that you control. But if you have a custom union or you're part of another market, like let's say, for example, the British market, there's a ton of members in here, right? So your POPs can actually move to their states. If they have a higher migration attraction than you do. So you need to be very careful what you're deciding to do here depending on the situation. There's also the second option here of actually getting migration is when there is a migration target. And what this does is when a culture gets a certain amount of turmoil, eventually they get upset enough to where they want to leave where they are, and they'll choose a migration target. So depending on your, again, your laws here, you may become a target, and if you are, then that's when you get POPs from a completely different market, completely different country coming into your land. Closed borders is the first law, and it's very useful, again, if you're in another bigger market. So if you're part of, let's say, the British market, this is nice to have. This way your POPs won't leave your current states, but again, they won't move between your own states, but that's okay. And what it means is pretty much if you're born in a given state, you'll be living there for the rest of the game until you change the law. Migration controls is the next law. It's worded very poorly. So what it pretty much means is discriminated POPs cannot migrate. So your citizens, however, can. They can move between states, anywhere within the markets. And also what you want to pay attention to as well, especially if you're part of a bigger market, is to look at your migration attraction. So you can do this by clicking on a state and hovering over migration, and it'll tell you what your projected migration is going to be, as well as is it high or low and the reasons why. And this is definitely a good reason for the intelligentsia to make them happy, because plus 50% is pretty huge. And when you hover over this again, you can also see it by color, so it gives you a rough idea. The ones that aren't doing well or very low attraction, usually they have turmoils. So you can see here it's extreme, as well as there's some devastation going on. So there's some reasons why the attraction is very low. No migration controls is pretty much POPs can move anywheres that they want to. It doesn't matter if they're discriminated or not. And if you have migration controls and multiculturalism, then what that means is you pretty much already have, and there's no reason to go to no migration because you have no discriminated POPs. So that means everyone can move between all the states within the market. If you like this type of information, hit that like, subscribe, notification button. They're free. And as always,
For the swarm.